I do feel like, I don't know, did this work better this week because I used much tinier sections? Is it working this at all? And I'm just living in a life of denial. Welcome back, friends. It is Lauren the Soap Witch, and it is a wash day. All right, so I am kind of stepping all the way out of the comfort zone again. I'm not sure when we're going back, to be honest, because I just keep getting all these ideas for things I want to try. Okay, so this is what I'm working with. Okay, start there. So this is day 4 from my refresh. We already talked about how I count days, so I'm not going to repeat myself again. This is day 4. I did it with just foam and the bounce curl brush. I might do it again because I got some ideas for something else I want to try in the front. Because I think I may have been wrong about something I said in a previous refresh, but let's not. Okay, that's all sounding cryptic. It's not. I promise. Anywho, I just want to test something out. Probably during refresh time. Okay, so today is different. I fell asleep last night and did not do my hot oil treatment, so this is where we're starting, period. Okay, I'm going to wash. I'm going to do some deep conditioning hair mask magic with a little twist. You'll see in a couple minutes, and then we're going to come back and style the hair. Let's do it.
All right, let's get to washing this hair. So since I did not do my hot oil treatment because somebody was a sleepyhead, somebody meaning me, my hair is it's usually not saturated. First of all, it's just a little damp, but there's no moisture in it whatsoever, no oil or water to kind of hold it down or whatever you want to call it. So it takes a little more time for me to saturate my hair the way that I like to do before a wash. So I tend to wet my hair in smaller sections when I don't do my hot oil treatment. So that's just a glimpse of me taking my itty bitty time and itty bitty pieces to saturate it, and just a gratuitous shot for, because it looks good. But yeah, thoroughly saturated the hair. The reason that I like to do this is because one, you want that saturation, you want that hydration from the water because it's just great for your hair. But also, and look, here's Whipped Wonder. We were just about to talk about you. It's my whipped shampoo, and the product just disperses throughout the hair better when the hair is completely saturated. And so I get great results, a wonderful lather, a nice wash with less product. So I just took it, I rubbed it in between my hands just to distribute it evenly between the two for when I rub it on top of the hair. And then I get a nice, wonderful, delectable lather, and then I scrub at my scalp with my fingertips and just thoroughly wash the top of the hair. I don't get the mids and the ends at this point just because they're the most fragile and dry, and so I try not to manipulate that as much as possible while I'm doing the washing. But I do take the wonderful suds that was created from the scrubbing and drag it down the length, and that's how that hair gets clean. It's been working wonderfully for me since I started doing this, and I do believe that I have been retaining more length washing my hair this way. I'm not going to go in for the second wash this time because I did not do the hot oil treatment, so I'm just going to do a nice thorough rinse, take my hands and start squeezing out the product because I feel like it helps just do a better job of getting all the shampoo out, and I'm quicker because I don't have any patience. So now I'm done with the one wash, and I'm just going to split my hair just kind of in equal amount. Can we get the words out? On each side. So since there's more in the front on the one side, I take a little bit more in the back on the other side just to kind of make it even or equal amounts, whatever. Okay, so I'm going to put that hair up in a clip and stop tripping over my words. And then I'm just going to saturate that hair. Again, I saturate my hair as well for the deep conditioning process, any conditioning process, pretty much any product that I'm putting in my hair. So that's Twilight Tempest. I'm clearly running low, but it ain't gonna stop me. So that's how thick she is, and that's how much I'm using on that one side. And I just like to take and distribute it in between my hands for the same reason I did with the shampoo, just to kind of have a better control over how I distribute the product. Again, the hair is thoroughly saturated before I put the product on because I feel like it slides along the hair better, distributes more evenly and thoroughly, and again, I can use less products while still getting the same amazing and wonderful results. So I like to take my hands and just work on massaging that product into my strands. And then once I do that, I go on with the fabulous brush that has been a blessing, okay, for like a year I've been using it. I start from ends and work my way all the way up when I'm detangling. Detangling has become a breeze between any of my conditioners, really, because you see me pretty much use almost all of them. I don't use the lightweight ones because my hair laughs at that, but they also still have incredible slip, in case you were wondering. But between it did make my conditioning, detangling easier just to begin with, but throw in the brush with it and it's like seriously no time. From the time I start detangling, I actually never cut the video between that whole portion where I'm detangling at least the one side. In the longer videos I show both sides, but I just leave it in there to demonstrate how easy the detangling process has become for me. It's literally minutes instead of an hour, because my hair gets extremely tangly. People think if you don't have the tightest curl pattern that you don't know tangles. I assure you my hair will prove that to be a lie. I have broken brushes and combs and got into whole fights with my mom. My father thought she was trying to kill me. Maybe she was. Anyway, so this is just me working the detangling brush through my hair. I like to do a process of brushing and then finger combing behind it. I like to be able to feel especially bigger tangles with my fingers because I feel like that gives me more control and helps me work the brush through it better and without tearing and yanking at the hair, because we don't want that. Okay, I don't know why I'm checking the camera there, but I'm paranoid. Anyway, so just finishing up around the back, getting the back of the hair and that kitchen area, okay, because we got to get that together. Preparing your hair, oh my god, the words, they hate me. Preparing your hair, good wash, deep condition, detangling, all that to me is imperative to start off a good wash and go. You want a really wonderful base of wonderfully moisturized and detangled hair. So I'm just going to go ahead and braid that side up to get it out the way. That's just what I do every time I use the twist. I don't even know why I've been mentioning the twist because I haven't done that in months. I don't think. It's just braiding at this point. Any excess product that may end up on my hands, I usually just rub it back in my hair. And now it's time for this side. Voila, that's done. Okay, so I'm just going to pull out this hair and splash myself in the face like I do every week and show you how much I did not lose, like that tiny bit of hair. And I usually sit with it in my hair for about 20 minutes, 30 max. I dose it under the hooded dryer because I don't really feel like it's necessary for me. I do sit my low porosity son under the hooded dryer though, because it is very necessary for him. It really just depends on you and your hair. You gotta do what works for you. So another gratuitous shot of me just rinsing out my hair because it looks so pretty, guys. I'm in love with my own hair. We all should be. So anyway, that's that for the washing and deep conditioning portion, and now we're gonna go get ready for styling.
Okay, so here we are, forgetfulness and all. Let's get started. First, yeah, my part's everywhere, so let's do something about that. This part's okay, but it's over here. Like, what is happening? What did you do when I turned my back? Okay, I think that's okay. Okay, why did I have to say okay so many times? Whatever. Okay. Anyway, I am going to put my hair and put this side up as per my usual. Alrighty. Today, I am doing a one product wash and go. And one product just means one styling product. I am going to just do Mysterious Magnificence, which you could leave out, but maybe in high porosity. I really just like the extra moisture. And then I'm going to do Flick Sorcery for my styler. I am going to try this bounce curl brush again. This one. Is it upside down? It don't matter. I'm going to do this again because I'm just curious. I like to give something, multiple tries before I just fully make a decision. So far I have tried it on my last wash and go, whatever I did then. It's like leave-in oil, gel. That sounds right. Okay. And then I did it on my last refresh. Well, used it on my last refresh when I just used mousse. And now I'm going to try it on this one product wash and go just to see. So I'm going to section my hair off the way I've been doing. And I'm going to put that away. I don't know where I'm putting it away too, because you can still see it. I don't know why, like, my little saying's driving me crazy. Okay. I didn't spray my Mysterious Magnificence all over my whole head, but whatever. I'm just going to spray it on this, but wait, no. We're going to start off with the water bottle. It's being hateful. Okay, we're going to saturate that. I want it pretty sopping wet because that's where I'm wanting my moisture to come from, since I'm not adding any other moisturizing products like a leave-in. Yeah. Okay, is that enough? Am I going overboard? The answer is pretty much always yes. Doesn't stop me though. Okay, it's dripping wet. And now I'm going to use Mysterious Magnificence. Don't know what just happened there. My aloe vera spray, and I just like the extra moisture that I get from it. And I also feel like I've gotten better definition when I started using it. My wash and goes just became better, and all of my high porosityness when I started using it. I typically use it in all wash and goes. I used to use it in all styles, but I've kind of backed off on that because I haven't felt like I've needed it, especially with some of the other stuff that I've been using, like the custard. All right, so I'm gonna split that in half. Right. Okay. I don't need no more water, but you know I'm obsessive. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with the Stronghold gel. Here she is. And I'm gonna start with that. I did notice that it does really like curl the curls when I use this brush. Like, cause usually I feel like for B hair, that's what I feel like I have. It looks more like a really tight wave, like it's squiggly. Just my observation. But it definitely, especially at the ends, was making it curl. And I'm like, I'm not used to my hair doing that. Of course, I feel like it also made it a little prone to a little tangly tangles. Let me stop. I'm sorry. Okay. Just to go overboard, I'm gonna put a little more on. So the gels though, and the custard that I make is moisturizing. They are moisturizing. You know what I'm trying to say, don't you? Because the largest ingredient in them is aloe vera juice. So there's a lot of moisture in them, which I'm a fan of. Okay, so that does look pretty. Like I almost don't want to touch it. Okay, so what I had done last time was like split that into 3 and then gone through with the brush. So there's that. And then also, like, I've just been kind of observing my own hair, and I kind of feel like I have these sections back here that are like just as high porosity as the top. Well, maybe not just as high porosity, but they seem to be resistant to, I don't know what I was gonna say. They just seem real frizzy, kind of, no matter what I decide I'm going to do with them, which is interesting. All right, so that's looking pretty good, better than when I did last week. I did notice that breaking it up into sections did help, but I mean, it's a real quick little brush through, so I'm not like feeling hateful about it. Let me be dramatic, melodramatic even. Oh my God, me and my BFF were just going off when I was talking to her earlier, well, I guess last week. Do you consider Sunday the beginning of the week or the end of the week? Let me know. But anyway, we were talking and being full of nonsense because that's what we do. We in fact are known for that. When we work together, we might have gotten separated for our nonsense. They just ain't know how to handle us. I don't blame them. I don't know how to handle us either. But anyway, we were talking about how sometimes I be sounding melodramatic, but that don't stop me. And I often think it's funny. Like, we like to be ridiculous, but only when it's fun. Like if it's a serious situation, we're like, hold on. Did nobody ask you for all that? I'm sorry. It's just what we do. I always rub the gel in between my hands before I apply it. I don't know. It just depends, I guess, on why you think or why. Because I've seen other people do it and other brands recommend it. All I know is the one time that I didn't, that's been a year ago almost now, I felt like the hair didn't turn out well. But I think a part of that was because, why did I think it was? Because when I rub the gel between my hands, I am able to distribute it more thoroughly throughout my strands. And that's really what I think it is for me. So, I don't know. Some people say you're emulsifying it, whatever. My hair turns out better. I also feels like it when I do these smaller sections, it goes through faster because the hair gets less tangly. And so also you're less likely to rip out hair. So there's that. But I liked trying this just because it's fun, and just decided I wanted to try some different ways of styling. I never was able to style with a brush before. I talked about that somewhere else. I don't know if it was this video. I mean, not this video. Last week's styling video or what, but I know I talked about it before. Before I started making videos and stuff, and before my hair could wash and go, because it could not. It was like, we don't do that here. It didn't wash and go at all because it was so damaged. You can see what it looked like in my, I'm gonna think about that with that video, my transformation growth video. I'll put it there, check it out if you want. But you can see how horribly damaged my hair was when I first started videoing. And so I never did any wash and goes because they were horrific. And my hair stayed, like, it took a while, get my mouth together. It took a while to really nurse my hair to some kind of health, because I did mean things to it. Like washed my hair with soap. And I know there's like controversy and disagreement, but I personally do not recommend. And I was making the soap, like it had beer in it and egg and all the other stuff, but it's just the pH is really high, much too high for most hair. And I really don't recommend it for like type 4 and definitely not high porosity. I feel like, I don't know if that made it more high porosity, but it didn't do nobody no favors. Certainly not me. Okay. But anyway, it was also extremely damaged because of how much heat I was using. I was flat ironing my hair every week. I used to do every other week, and I don't know, that just wasn't enough for me, and I started doing every week. So my hair was extremely damaged, just ruined. And it took a long time to bring it back. Interesting stuff. Usually I tend to use a little bit more gel on the top of my hair because it seems to high porosity the most. I'd be using words as verbs that are not verbs, but this is where we are. So I use more on the front section. It needs a little bit more help in wanting to be coaxed. You know what I'm saying? I know you do. Is this too much? I don't know, but it's what I'm using. Of course, there's always the concern of having flakes or getting flakes when you use too much, but not enough won't give me anything. This does feel like it's quite a bit though. Woo! Okay. I feel like hair is just like, and hair and techniques and all the other stuff is ever evolving. But you know what I mean? Hormones have quite a bit to do with it as well. So that's something to think about, you know. Then as we age and just throughout the month, like all kind of things affect our hormones. So, and then stress, that's another one. And I be trying not to let stress get to me the way it used to, because I really thought I was going to die. Like I literally thought I was going to stress myself into a heart attack or stroke, because like sometimes my life has felt melodramatic just because like I have been so used to everything going badly. Watching one spouse suffer and die, don't recommend. And so it leaves you with a lot of trauma. And so I had a lot of struggles just trying not to feel like everything was against me and the other shoe was gonna drop and someone else was gonna die, or I was gonna die, or I don't know. I mean, I could make up some shit real easy in my own mind. And it was causing me to have an unreasonable amount of stress. So this conversation brought to you by a mental health break. It just came to me and I was just like, whatever. You know, I talk about whatever in these videos anyway, but seriously, y'all, mental health is important. This may be a hot take, but it's the most important, because I feel like it leads you to make all of the other decisions. I don't even know what I was trying to say there. I feel like your mental health in a lot of ways dictates how you take care of yourself. So if you're not right there, it's hard to be right anywhere else. And I know that is true for me, because I am less motivated to do anything when I don't feel good. mentally. When I'm like all down in my dumps and struggling with self-worth. And it's like crazy because people tell me they're shocked to hear that I have those kinds of struggles, because I somehow, at least to some people, give off the vibes or the perception that I'm a very, like, I don't know, confident person, or I don't know, something along those lines. And while I do have confidence in some things, I was never one that I would describe my whole self as confident. Because I spent all this time having imposter syndrome and questioning myself, worrying about other people, because like being an empath is kind of stupid. But I feel and relate to and care about other people's feelings a lot of the times when I shouldn't. Sometimes above mine even. And so it would leave me with like just a lot of self-doubt, because I would be letting folks weigh in when they didn't have no business weighing in. And so it just, man, it left me with a lot of internal struggles, turmoil, whatever. So yeah, I always find it interesting to hear other people's perception, because I feel like it often does not match mine. I'm like, okay, whatever you say. And me and my BFF, like, this is why you need somebody in your corner that can like always just boost you up, talk you up, whatever, because we all need that. Like, I'm that for her, she's that for me. I do feel like, I don't know, did this work better this week because I used much tinier sections? Is it working this at all and I'm just living in a life of denial? I'm going to add some more water though, just because I feel like that helps. I don't know what anything is going to look like. I'll figure something out that doesn't look right. This front is just a struggle because this is my most high porosity area. And like, the struggle is real, y'all. It is just defiant. More defiant than me. More water. I'm just going to douse it. What I'm saying, friends, what I'm saying is that you really got to take care of you. It's so important, because I just don't have the mental capacity. I notice when I don't take care of me, I'm not present enough for my boys. And I feel most responsible for them. I don't care if one is almost 18. I'm still utterly responsible for that child. And helping him, guiding him, all that. And so like, I was kind of checked out. With all the worries of shoulda, coulda, woulda, or what might happen, shoe might drop, or man. And sometimes those fears really creep up on me hard. Like, I'm like, I really got to sit down and do some meditation or something, because like, man, I really am questioning if I want to do the brush. I'm gonna try it one more time. It's a challenge for me. It's a challenge for sure. But I welcome challenges. I did not always. Before I was like, can you go on? Get out of here. But I do appreciate the role that so many of these challenges have played in my life. It's so hard not to mess with it. I'll add some water at the end. We'll see. Because like, man, this high porosity hair just, man, she's very high porosity, like super. I don't think I did it right. Hold on. Yeah. Have I been doing it wrong the whole time? No. Okay. Okay, this is the last piece on this side. Lord, I don't know if it's like this. Okay. Gonna add some more water. I don't know if that like messes up the whole or whatever I just did, but it needs it. All right, so let's see what this whole side is looking like. Looks pretty good. I'm gonna do a little more water. I usually add some water anyway at the end. Maybe not this much, but just want to massage some water in there. And I do feel like that's helping. We're gonna see though. All right, this side is finished and I'm going to do the other side and come right back. Okay, so these are the wet results. I'm still really on the fence. Maybe this washing go might determine if I might attempt to keep using the brush in the front or just be like, never mind. I feel like it does okay over here. The most of the high porosity coarse hair ends up over here because of the way I do my part. Because it's just this part of my hair that's just like, we're not doing it. Okay. So this is what the whole full view of the wet look results look like. Okay, so this is how much gel I ended up using. So I have a bunch still left. I am going to diffuse my hair. I have been completely favoring the Tymo Air Hype. It's definitely worth the hype. Okay, don't click off. I'm sorry. I'm going to diffuse my hair with it off camera, but I have a video for how I do it with details posted right here. So you can check it out if you're interested. I'm going to be back. Okay, so I'm thinking it's mostly dry. I'm going to give it at least 80%, maybe 90%. It feels dry. I'm kind of surprised. So I was concerned with this part up here, like really concerned. When I like rake and press, this obviously gets much more defined up here, but I also am not mad at this. Everything doesn't have to be super defined, and volume is also really nice. You know, I often go through trouble to get extra volume. Anyway, so I was scared it was just going to be straight frizz and I was going to be upset. And this side had some of the super high porosityness, but not much. So yeah, you can just kind of see how that went. I do feel like spraying on that additional water after the styling and just kind of rubbing it in just a little bit made a huge difference. So that might be necessary for certain hair types. Okay, so I'm doing a bunch of 360s today. I guess this is it before I stretch, but like I'm gonna go take a chill pill like I usually do because it's about 867,000 degrees in here and I need to sit down. And guess where I'm at. So I am going to chill and I am going to stretch my hair and lift my roots off camera. But I do have a video posted right here that shows all the details of how I do that if you care to see it. But I'm just trying to get through it today. And talking and all that stuff while I'm filming makes it take a little longer, but I got some stuff I got to get back to. So yeah, we're just going to do it that way today. So anywho, I'll be back when it's all finished. Okay, friends, we're going to wrap this up. So I'm all done. This is the finished look and it turned out pretty well. My hair's got definition. It's also got some nice volume. The hold did nicely. Like, I think the brush does pretty well. I don't know if I told y'all last week, but I really went into it not really thinking it was gonna work. Because brush styling had never worked for me before last week. But even with doing this front, adding that extra water did help. Like after I did the brush through and then went over with some water, because I don't know why, but yes, I do know why, never mind. It really does these curly curls. Like, can you see it? Especially back here with this hair. So I got a bunch of textures. But like, especially at the bottom, how the girls do it. Like, yeah, a little curly curl. So yeah, interesting. And then even with the more coarse hair, because this whole side is just more coarse typically than this side. I don't know why, but my hair, she got them on her own. So this side is less coarse, but the hair is more fine, which is always why I do a side part actually, because even when I don't do one, I still kind of look like I have one, because this hair is more fine. And so it just doesn't sit right. It literally doesn't sit right. And I just cringe and I'm like, we don't need to keep doing that. Anywho, so yeah. But yeah, so this is the curls. So anyway, let me do the full 360. So that's it, I'm done. My hair actually turned out to feel pretty soft with the One Product Wash and Go. And when I went through and stretched my hair, like a part of the reason I do the stretching is because it does help break up that gel cast. And so it's feeling kind of soft. Sometimes it's hard for me to keep styles because it gets too soft, and then it'll just want to keep frizz instead of style. I'll rock with either one. So not saying that it's a bad thing, just that I don't know how long this particular look is going to last. I'm going to preserve it the way I usually do. I got a video for that too. If you want to see how I do it. In that video, I show how I preserve it and how it lasted for 5 days with that particular wash and go. So I'm going to preserve it using that same method, but I don't know if we're going to get 5 days, which I don't care. I mean, I'm going to get 5 days, but what it's going to look like by day 5. That's what I mean. Anyway, I have rambled on. So anyway, done. That's what I had said. All the products today that I use for Scented with Tropical Fantasy fragrance, which is my current favorite, and I don't know if anything is going to be capable of knocking it off. I offer other fragrances aside from the Tropical Fantasy goodness. I have an apple, lemon pound cake, lavender peppermint spearmint eucalyptus. I feel like there's one that I'm forgetting. It's the strawberry patchouli. And then I have unscented because I know it can be a thing. I know it can be a thing. So for hair products, I'm real sensitive to that, especially because the scalp can be sensitive and in the face area. So I have unscented options for hair products if you want. So all of that's linked below. Along with, I offer a bundle for people who are interested in trying multiple products at one time that helps knock off some of the costs. Also, if you are interested in grabbing a hold of your hair journey, whatever that may look like for you, I have a planner hair journal that I offer. It's digital. So you buy it, you download it immediately, and you can download whatever parts you need whenever you need them. So it's got planner pages in there. They're templates. You can put on as many of those as you need for whatever month, day, week, year. And then there's also just some guides in there to help you figure out what type of hair you think you might have and how you want to direct your journey going forward to your healthiest hair. Okay, so anyway, the link for that is below as well if you're interested in that. And then what do you think about today's lip gloss? I don't know why I always get it. It's just habit. Okay, anyway. I don't know why I always get up so close to the camera. Anyway, so this one is Pucker Up Purple. There is a link in the description below for it if you're interested. The earrings today. I make resin earrings. All of my resin stuff that I make is always one of a kind, so none of them look alike. None of them will look just like this, but they're all unique earrings that no one else will have if you decide to take a look and get you a pair. There's a link below for that. Anyway, we've come on to the end of this here, my friends, and if you made it this far, I really appreciate you spending your time with me because that is our most precious commodity. And I know you have plenty of other things you could be doing with it. So I appreciate you hanging out. If you like what you saw, please consider subscribing to my channel and clicking the notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads. And I will see you in the next one, friends.